Welcome to Lomadas House, a 460 square meter sanctuary designed by Grizzo Studio and captured through the lens of Federico Coleccian. Set along more than 100 meters of serene shoreline in Pilar, Argentina, this 2023 residential project challenges the boundary between heavy structural architecture and the natural landscape. The core concept is anchored in a single, powerful gesture, a folded bar of exposed concrete resting gently atop two natural mounds of native vegetation. As we step through the property, notice how raw materials, expansive glass openings, and floating green roofs come together to curate a tactile, light-filled journey framed by calm lagoon waters. Before walking through the physical structure, the ground floor plan reveals how the home responds to its generous fan-shaped plot. The layout curves along the radial geometry of the site, organizing spaces into clear functional zones. Primary living and dining areas occupy the central and left sweeps of the plan, opening directly toward the lagoon view and outdoor terrace. Meanwhile, service areas, a double garage, and entry paths are tucked intelligently into the landward side, flanked by green mounds and reflecting pools. Moving to the upper floor plan, the spatial arrangement becomes more linear and focused. The upper volume acts as a bridge spanning across the ground-level mounds, containing the private bedroom suites. Internal corridors are lined with green cutouts and planter pockets, ensuring every bedroom maintains a direct connection to natural light, fresh air, and lush rooftop gardens that overlook the water below. Stepping onto the grassy lawn along the lagoon shoreline, the house reveals its full architectural silhouette against the open sky. The massive concrete structure stretches horizontally, balancing raw, heavy mass with light, transparent elements. A cantilevered outdoor gallery floats over the main patio, while an expansive veil of expanded metal mesh hangs along the upper level. Below, a low stone-clad retaining wall holds an infinity-edge pool that seems to merge directly into the lagoon. Approaching the home from the entrance drive, the street-side elevation offers a distinctly different, more introverted experience. The bold concrete bar angles upward, resting atop an earthen slope planted with dense climbing foliage. Heavy structural beams reach across the central opening, framing the sky and letting warm, ambient light filter through the covered carport. This sculpted entrance creates a sense of arrival that feels grounded yet intriguing. A closer view of the carport area highlights the tactile quality of the exposed concrete formwork. The raw, unadorned surfaces bear the imprint of wood grain, celebrating the authentic craftsmanship of the build. Sharp geometric cutouts and cantilevered beams hover above the driveway, balanced by vibrant orange canna lilies at ground level that bring warmth and life to the cool gray stone palette. Passing through the main entry portal, you step into an open-air central courtyard where architecture and water collide. A shallow reflecting basin sits directly ahead, mirroring the sky and framing views across to the lagoon. Above, a glass-walled upper corridor bridges the gap between structural volumes. A cast concrete planter brimming with wild grasses softens the beam, while black steel columns support the dramatic open framework. Moving indoors, the main entrance hallway centers around a striking industrial staircase. Folded dark steel treads float effortlessly against rugged, board-formed concrete walls, creating a powerful sculptural focal point. Narrow vertical glass slots filter natural daylight along the stairwell walls, casting shifting shadows across the metal surfaces, while a lush cluster of monstera plants thrives at the base. Stepping deeper into the house, the main living area opens into a breathtaking double-height pavilion. Overhead, exposed concrete ceiling slabs and cantilevered mezzanine bridges showcase the bold structural engineering of the home. Floor-to-ceiling glass panels flood the space with soft sunlight, illuminating polished concrete floors and a low-slung neutral modular sofa that invites quiet relaxation. Pivoting toward the water, the living room offers an unobstructed vista of the lagoon. The soaring glass curtain wall blurs the line between indoor living and the outdoor pool terrace just steps away. Anchoring the space is a custom dark steel fireplace and media screen, designed with an open planter box beneath, filled with lush split-leaf philodendrons that bring natural greenery right up to the hearth. Tucked away off the main living zone, the powder room offers an intimate, dramatic material experience. A monolithic vanity sink, carved from a single block of raw, rough-chiseled granite, serves as the focal element. Set against dark, veined marble wall panels and smooth concrete walls, black matte fixtures and subtle indirect lighting accentuate the organic, mineral textures of the room. Ascending to the upper level, the internal circulation corridor functions as an elevated walkway through the heart of the house. Linear LED light strips recede into board-formed concrete ceilings, casting a warm, ambient glow across polished floors. Along the right side, an integrated concrete planter filled with flourishing Monstera deliciosa connects the upper hallway with nature, while minimalist black railings frame views looking down into the courtyard. Further down the corridor, the walkway transforms into a fully transparent glass bridge suspended between the private suites and upper terraces. High-performance glass walls line both sides, creating a weightless, floating sensation. Framed by heavy concrete beams above and below, the passage offers views of the exterior metal sunscreens to the left and the inner central courtyard to the right, constantly connecting movement with the outdoors. Stepping out onto the upper exterior terrace, the architectural skin reveals its sun shading strategy. Large panels of expanded metal mesh form a protective screen along the facade, filtering glare and heat while maintaining outward views. Beside the screen, an exterior concrete staircase climbs gracefully alongside a sloping green wall, planted with native perennials and ornamental grasses, establishing a direct outdoor connection between levels. Pausing along the exterior stairs at golden hour, the relationship between human scale and the brutalist concrete forms comes alive. Raw concrete treads cantilever outward above a bed of native landscaping, framed by slim steel handrails. As the sun sets over the lagoon, warm evening light reflects off the calm water and bathes the textured concrete surfaces in rich golden tones. Descending back to ground level on the lagoon side, the outdoor pool terrace extends outward under a dramatic concrete structural frame. Hanging metal mesh panels act as a floating curtain, defining the perimeter of the covered patio. Dark lounge chairs sit near the edge of the infinity pool, where smooth concrete paving seamlessly transitions into the open expanse of the lagoon. Moving across the pool deck, the integrated green roof above the dining gallery comes into view. Planted with native shrubs and wildflowers, the rooftop garden softens the heavy concrete line while providing natural thermal insulation. Below, the clear turquoise water of the pool reflects the sky, flanked by comfortable low sun loungers that take full advantage of the tranquil waterfront setting. Looking up from the terrace, the rhythmic repetition of concrete overhead beams becomes apparent. These massive structural elements extend outward from the glass facade, anchoring the hanging metal mesh screen. The screen acts as a semi-permeable filter, protecting the upper floor bedrooms from harsh afternoon sun, while maintaining light airflow and views out across the water. Walking along the perimeter garden path, lush beds of purple Verbena bonariensis and native grasses create a vibrant floral buffer between the concrete house and the lawn. The industrial mesh facade panels shimmer softly in the afternoon light, demonstrating how contrasting materials, heavy concrete, raw steel mesh, and delicate flora can coexist in perfect balance. As dusk settles, ambient garden lights begin to highlight the core design concept of Casa Lomadas. The angled concrete volume appears to rest effortlessly on the softly sloped earth mounds, anchored by slim black steel posts. Warm light spills out from the entry court, casting gentle reflections across the water basin and revealing the house's dynamic evening personality. From the edge of the entry water feature, looking back beneath the structural grid, the sunset casts a warm amber glow onto the undersides of the concrete beams. Wild flowering grasses sway along the concrete edge, while the shallow water mirror below captures the sky's changing pastel colors. The serene, reflecting pool in the courtyard becomes a quiet mirror as evening arrives. The sharp geometric lines of the overhead concrete pergola and the delicate texture of the metal screen double across the calm surface. Native grasses and feathery pampas plumes fringe the water edge, creating a serene, meditative sanctuary at the heart of the residence. Following the concrete garden path along the side of the house, low-level landscape lighting gently illuminates the texture of board-formed concrete walls. The warm glow highlights clusters of native wildflowers and lavender, guiding the eye along the subtle slope of the green mound. A close-up view of the building's geometric corner demonstrates how the concrete massing cantilevers sharply above the garden beds. The raw, tactile wood grain impression left on the concrete surface adds organic warmth to its monolithic form. Feathery purple verbena and golden grasses dance in the foreground, underscoring the constant dialogue between raw masonry and living nature. From the front lawn at dusk, Interior lights transform Casa Lomadas into a glowing architectural sculpture. Light radiates through upper and lower glass walls, revealing the internal circulation and structural framing. The planted earth mounds wrap around the base of the building, grounding the luminescent concrete volume seamlessly into the landscape. As darkness falls over the lagoon, the house displays its full evening beauty. The illuminated infinity pool casts a soothing turquoise glow across the water terrace, perfectly echoing the warm ambient lights within the living pavilion. Seen from across the water, the sweeping concrete structure, suspended metal mesh veil, and green roofs melt harmoniously into the quiet twilight horizon. Casa Lomadas stands as a masterclass in contextual, material-driven architecture. By placing a sculpted bar of exposed concrete atop natural earthen mounds and surrounding it with reflective water and native flora, Grizzo Studio has created a residence that feels both powerful and deeply connected to its environment. Through every angle, elevation, and interior space, the house celebrates the dialogue between heavy permanence and poetic lightness, a true sanctuary on the Argentine shoreline.